Are we finally getting rate relief? Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It is Today in Mortgage. I got Rich Jefferson back with me today. Rich, how you feeling today? You were a little sick this week.
I'm better. Thank you.
We took a little bit of a break on Tuesday, shared an internal video that we put out inside the network at our company to show you guys what that looks like. And we were talking about rates, and we're talking about rates again today. So instead of looking at any particular headlines, when I pulled up mortgage news this morning, there was just a gazillion of them. So we're just going to generally talk about what's going on in the marketplace right now. So you put out a message at the beginning of the week. What did we talk about and what's going on now as opposed to even just a few days ago?
Well, we're in a little area of volatility, right? I mean, we saw what happened in the stock market, and that was a direct reflection of something I talked about in our internal and that we posted on Tuesday, a couple days ago. So, Michael, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I hear about what is the relationship between the 10-year treasury and interest rates and why they kind of correlate, and they mostly do in history. And it all really is about inflation. Inflation is tide. All boats rise with the tide. And so if inflation is tide, everything is rising and falling with inflation. And that's kind of the difference. I mean, the 10-year treasury is government debt. It's 100% risk-free. You invest in it in a 10-year treasury or a 2-year or 5-year or 30-year. That's 100% risk-free. You're going to get paid whatever the yield is at that time. Mortgage-backed securities compete with the treasuries. That's also government-backed debt because most mortgages are written by government-backed agencies, Fannie, Freddie, Ginnie. So they compete in the same market. Mortgage-backed securities have risk built in because that is based on obviously the payment and the delinquencies of those mortgages in those securities. So, but those two, that's why they kind of rise and fall together. And when we saw rates drop, we saw the 10-year falling. That's how I'd explain it to my 18-year-old twin girls. I mean, it's obviously people know more details and more knowledge than I do on that, but that is the relationship between the two and why we're seeing kind of interest rates doing what they're doing right now.
And Rich, there was a little bit of just kind of panic, I think, just among everyone at the beginning of the week. I was getting pings from people like, do we think that there's going to be an emergency rate cut before September? I think that's kind of quelled down a little bit. In my novice opinion, I was saying, like, I don't think that's going to be the case. What did you hear questions like that? And
Sure.
How did you respond?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, listen, those are all like knee-jerk reactions. Everybody's reacting. If you watch CNBC or any other business news, they were all doing the same thing, but it was mostly questions. Keep in mind, a lot of that stuff is opinion, and so they're just discussing what do we expect outcomes to be from this. Mm-hmm. One of the things is Fed, an emergency Fed meeting, and what would happen? Would they see this and make a quick knee-jerk reaction like everybody's expecting? But the thing about the Fed is, they don't need to make those kind of reactions.
Obviously, things have quieted down a little bit in the last couple of days, and it seems like things are leveling out. We also got, reports like you mentioned from the jobs report last week, and that data has been trending in the right direction for us for a potential rate cut, pretty much a almost foregone conclusion rate cut in September. But that looks like where things are going to stay for now. Doesn't look like an emergency rate cut is coming between now and then. Is that what you think?
No. I don't believe so. But Again, I'm just Rich Jefferson running a mortgage lender. But
Sure.
But I would say this: rates are coming down. That is for sure. They have been. They continue to. And, it just opens up opportunities. One, it opens up more purchase opportunities for borrowers because as rates come down, you're buying opportunity increases, right? You can now qualify for something you didn't qualify for 2 weeks ago. So those are all great things. And refinance. I mean, you Googled mortgage news and what came up? Like the top 10 things were mortgage refinances jump, interest rates down. Like this is a real opportunity for people that have interest rates above 8%. I mean, you're going to save a significant amount of money today.
And we're talking about like kind of a tiny adjustment down in those rates. Imagine how that's going to look when we get, a half, a full point in rate in the next 6 to 12 months. And so things are only going to heat up from here. So if you're in the market, Rich, what's the advice?
Yeah, just keep in touch. Stay in touch with your mortgage advisor. You're going to get a billion calls. Make sure that you're using your trusted mortgage advisor. They're the ones that are going to advise you to hold or move, depending on what they are seeing in the market.
Good advice, Rich. Well, we'll leave it at that. Like we said, there is a million headlines out there that are talking about this drop. And as loan officers and mortgage professionals, it's good for us to stay on top of this and on top of our database to make sure that we are guiding them in the right direction. So that's our advice for the pros out there. Thanks, Rich, for making us smart on all things rate. Hope you continue to feel better. Thanks, everybody out there, for watching, listening. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and/or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.